One of the most important things that OmniCenter does is it sends out most of its alarms via alerts, and the alerts go out typically via email. So one of the things that we want to look at is how we set OmniCenter up to send email. And there's kind of two major pillars of how this works. You can send email either via direct SMTP, where OmniCenter is basically looking up how to send those alerts using DNS and sending them directly to the mail servers that are affected. This is the typical and the default method that you would use, but it's got some limitations. If your firewall is blocking outbound SMTP traffic, this may not work for you. And you may run into a situation where OmniCenter's DNS isn't returning the right mail servers to be able to get information back for the right domain. So for example, if I'm trying to send mail to netrio.com, I have to override the IP address that I get back when I do a DNS lookup for netrio.com because of where OmniCenter is located relative to my firewall and the DNS server. You can do that by creating these mail routes. So when I add a mail route, you're basically just statically mapping a domain to a particular host to relay that mail through. But by leaving it on direct SMTP, I'm still able to send mail to other domains through direct connections. And what this does for me is this gives me some resilience against mail server failures. So if the mail server itself goes down, I'm able to send mail out, for example, to, my cell phone company and get SMS messages that way, as opposed to, if netrio.com, if this particular IP goes down, I've got no way to send mail to anything at netrio.com. So giving yourself an alternate mail path by using direct SMTP is highly desirable. If you're forced to, you can use relay SMTP, and relay SMTP will force all of the mail to go through a single IP address. Again, this does create a single point of failure for your mail alarming. Now, in that particular case, if you're forced to use that, we would highly recommend that you set up the mobile app, because the mobile app uses a different protocol to do alarming. It goes out via TCP 443. It goes out as an SSL connection. So that notification often will make it through the firewalls where the mail might not, and gives you an alternate notification path, so you can at least make sure that when an alert comes in, if the alert is linked to a mail server, that you're getting that notification via the mobile app. So to set up the mobile app, that's a very simple process. All I have to do here is go down to System and go down to Cloud Services. Cloud Services can then get turned on, and you turn on the OmniCenter mobile app. You can then set what user access level is required to use the mobile app. So if you want everybody to use it, you can set it as a user. If you want to limit it just to administrators, you can do that as well. When you do that, that user group is the only one that will see the mobile app login option. So when you download the app to your phone, what it'll actually do is it'll prompt you to scan a code. And if you go to this mobile app login page, it'll give you a QR code that you then point the app at, and it'll handle all of the login and authentication automatically. It'll then start taking your critical alert data and forwarding it up to the cloud servers in order so that it can be relayed back to your mobile device via, the standard push notification services that you would get from, either iOS or Android-based phones. That gives you an out-of-band method notification that does not rely on your email server. It'll also, when I turn on cloud services, it'll begin doing a heartbeat from this OmniCenter up to our cloud system, so that in the event that it loses that connectivity for any reason, either the service goes down, the network goes down, the internet goes down between your OmniCenter and our cloud systems can immediately send out notifications that'll tell all of your mobile users that the heartbeat has failed and there may be something wrong with OmniCenter or with your internet connection. So it gives you kind of an external monitoring point as well.